Welcome back. We're off to meet Pattern Energy Group in Houston, Texas, headquartered in San Francisco, California, with facilities in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. They're a renewable energy company that develops, owns, and operates wind, solar, and transmission facilities. Their mission? To transition the world to renewable energy. And helping them accomplish this? Veterans. Watch this.
I spent roughly 11 years with the U.S. Navy, about 8 years active duty, 2.5 years or so in the Naval Reserves. My active duty time, the first year was spent at the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, California. The next 3 or 4 years was spent on board USS Paul Hamilton. It's a guided missile destroyer out of Pearl Harbor.
I was former United States Marine Corps, former Marine. I served for 4 years from 1988 to 1992. I was based out of Kaneohe Bay, Hawaii.
I served in the U.S. Navy, aboard the USS Vulcan for 4 years, 1987 to 1991.
We're on a journey to transition our energy future away from carbon, and our entire workforce is committed to this vision.
Pattern Energy's mission really is to transition the world to renewable energy. We've developed over 10 gigawatts of renewable energy projects. And we have about another 10 gigawatts that we're currently developing and producing.
We're just at the point of changing from being the minority components of the energy grid to the backbone of the energy grid.
I think the greatest lessons I learned is really just how important the people are. You know, how important the team is, the crew is to accomplish the mission, and whether that's, you know, in a billion-dollar warship, on a hospital ship, or at Pattern Energy.
Pattern is a team in itself, similar to the military.
You'll hear a mantra around here, team before self.
There were definitely challenges in the transition, and as I was really trying to find the job and find the place, and I had gone through a few interviews, and I think it was really challenging for me to articulate my experience in the Navy and on the ship. How do I characterize all that experience into something in the civilian sector that is meaningful?
When I got back home, the process of kind of going from Marine back to civilian started a little slow for me.
The advice that I would give to any transition veteran would be to seek out someone else that has also transitioned, someone that you know that be able to offer you some beneficial guidance on your journey.
Historically, where we've had some of the most success hiring veterans is in our operational side, which I think fits very naturally to the discipline and the pride that comes from our military.
So we look for every opportunity to find veterans that can join us, help us with our mission, but also further their mission to make an impact.
I'm extremely proud of the way Pattern embraces the veterans, allowing us the opportunity to build a network. The attitude and the support is unbelievable.
You know, we value veteran leadership here, veteran camaraderie. There are a number of places that veterans can fit in.
Particularly for veterans, we're launching a Veterans in Renewables Affinity Network, really focused on helping our veterans transition to the company from a military background, but also being a welcoming voice, making sure that they can identify themselves as a veteran, really help to ensure that that transition is as smooth as possible.
The affinity groups are done to create a common bond within employee base so that they can connect, feel comfortable, and if they're looking for that mentorship, to engage both with their manager and with the other people who might have a similar background to themselves.
We hope that that provides a good support system, so when things don't go according to plan, our veterans will know that there's someone there to help them achieve their accomplishment or push through whatever the challenge may be.
A typical day at Pattern, I would say, is very non-typical.
For us, we work in real-time operations, so no day is like the day before or any day of the previous week. It's completely fluid. Everything's changing.
Some of our best employees that have come in with military backgrounds and show we should be actively looking to expand that part of our population.
I do believe Pattern is a place where veterans will find that sense of belonging.
Working for a mission-driven company like Pattern means to me that you have a purpose, and that your job is valued and things matter.
I think that Pattern is positioned to be a leader in the environmental market and in the green energy market for the sustainable future.
For those service members that are driven and passionate, they're self-starters, they're up early in the morning and they're ready to go to work, and they will put the time in day and day out to get the job done. this is the place for them.